The birds are chirping, the cicadas are doing whatever the fuck they do. But this summer is different, not because there's some banger animes unlike other seasons, but because we have the beloved Olympics, where our eternal sunshine, our one and only, our Pookie, LeBron, James, and Chef Curry cook some French bums. Shit, even Noah Lyles proved the doubters wrong. The US women's soccer team and basketball team continue to dominate the run, and women's track whooping everybody's ass. But we aren't talking about the Olympics, and since we canonically technically won the Olympics, I think it's time to play the meme. Now we're gonna talk about a much trendier topic, Yuki. Well, not just her, but the whole summer anime season. Because you wouldn't believe it, but it has been 3 months since I uploaded, and I'm back for our seasonal anime tech up. So now, let's get back to Yuki. This show was one that caught fire like no other, because I thought it was gonna be Arya, who was gonna be the one to be the big bad waifu, but no, she wasn't even close. It was the incest-loving sister Yuki who had taken over the internet. From this one scene alone, and people lost their mind. But let's forget that for a moment and talk about the show. First off, the art style they cooked with. I like how colorful and bright it feels. Second, the story is kind of basic, but a fun twist of, hey, these two were most likely childhood friends because she spoke Russian as a child, and he slowly learned Russian, but then, like all childhood romance animes, she leaves reuniting years later, and neither of them are fully aware of it, even though she's like the only person that speaks Russian outside of her sister, but she has blue eyes, like she did in the flashback, so you would think that maybe bro would click it all together, but I guess not, so...
Well... there goes my idea.
Shout out to him, because he's getting her to slowly fall in love with this version of him. This show is a banger. It makes me laugh, I fuck with the animation, and I like the dynamic between Masichika and the other girls besides his sister, because they have something unique going on over there, from Yuki's perspective. Harems. Everything has possibly been done with the genre. How can they possibly switch it up to make it different, to make it stand out from the rest of the amazing genre with things like Rent-A-Girlfriend or Quintuplet? Shit, even with devils. But it uses none of those ideas. It uses a very unique idea of having one girl lead the whole harem. She uses her elite acting abilities to become all of your favorite anime tropes, like my personal favorite, the tsundere. Which, if we're all honest, every anime needs this trope because it's so very good. Amazing, actually. All starts because Kitahama wants to have a harem, every man's true dream. So Renz takes his wish and runs with it, allowing him to finally have a harem because her acting ability is truly cracked. She can become a Chizuru, a Mami, a Rias, shit, even an Asuka. And she uses this as a way to express her feelings, even if he thinks this is all acting. The voice actor also cooks like fuck. She makes Rin and all of her alter egos feel like they are different from each other, from the tone of the voice to how they sound. It's very impressive, but I guess that's why she's a voice actor and I'm a regular Joe. How dare they get me hyped for a play? I've seen plenty of plays in my lifetime. From Hamilton to Patrick Mahomes to McCole Hardman, but I was never hyped for any of them like I am for this one. This season is all about the Tokyo Blade play, and for Ruby enjoyers, she's hardly in this season, so get cooked fries, including myself. But Akane and Kane enjoyers, this season is all for y'all to have new fighting material to fight each other, to figure out who really is the best girl in Oshi no Ko. There's plenty of character development, important moments, and stellar animation. Crazy looks are back and everything mixes together to bring the power back that made Oshi's first season so good. Plus, from what I heard, this is literally one of the best arcs, so we have so much to look forward through week in, week out. I know, I never put sequels on here, but damn, this season has been really good for me. Like I said, they got me invested in a play. And those ending drums, sadly I can't put the beat in here, but when the drums kick in, it makes the pain of the episode ending turn into a sad banger as I wait for next week. One that came out of nowhere, dead ass like a prime RKO. I never heard anything about this series at all. My friend was like, yo, watch this show, and I was like, fuck it. Why not? I watched it and I was immediately blown away by the animation. It might be one of the best animated shows out of this season, with the fights and with the movement. But the story shares a lot with Magic and Muscles, as well as Black Clover, with the main character having no powers in a world full of magic users. He wants to become a magic vendor because he made a promise with his childhood best friend, which is the highest position you can have in this wizarding world. And guess what? She blows past him and made it to the top. Literally, magic vendor speedrun. I'm talking from 0 deadass to 100. Will might be a basic shonen protagonist standing up for the weak and having a hard-working mentality and determination, but sometimes basic is really nice. You can't help but root for the guy when most people are absolute assholes to him, and when he's like 95% stronger than all of them just based off pure muscle and skill with a sword. Everything he lacks in magic is made up for in his raw power and intellect. He is hardworking and will soon enough make it to the top, because one scout for the magic vendors is really interested in Will.
いや、浅村君を責めてるわけじゃなくて、私も虫が良すぎたって反省。
What is better than spending your days alone? Spending your days with your stepsister as you slowly fall in love with each other. Truly rivaling Oshino Ko. It would be funny to leave it right there, but I think I gotta give you a little bit more information about this show. But to put it simply, Oni-chan here gets a new stepsister who is exactly his age. At first, the two keep away from each other, but they slowly build a nice bond and get closer and closer to each other. But then, it all changes. Saki tells the audience that she, low-key, high-key, might be fucking with homie right here. He might think she might be fucking with him. Because her heart races each moment they're together. And honestly, some relatable moments. I won't lie. This show I was originally going to make a short on, then I kept falling lower and lower into the pit of laziness. Then I got back up because we need a summer video, and this show fucking slaps. I didn't really know where the plot would be going, and I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, but this show is as really as simple as it gets. The main character is a samurai, and he's very elusive. Obviously, I'm not doing this show any justice, but the elusiveness is what really makes this show fun. I'm talking prime Tavon Austin elusiveness. First off, our main character is a young boy who will one day take over the throne, becoming a leader while everybody pulls the strings behind his back, making him just the face of everything. But then, when his own father's elite soldier turns against him, destroying everything, killing everybody but our elusive samurai, and brother, let me tell you, does he have some different tactics. His main tech is elusiveness, and not the Dark Souls elusiveness, but the real ones for dodging. He fights by dodging and he loves it so much. It's a true game for him. And boy does he cook with dodging, and I'm talking about cooking. And talking about cooking, the animation is gas until the horse episode. This is questionable, but other than that, the fights are gas. But will he finally get revenge and take his land back? I guess you gotta watch and see because the manga's not even done.
ホテル監修のホワイトソースだよ。さあ、君はこの味にいくらをつける。テイオーホテルのこの味。
Think of the Avengers, and that is exactly what this show is. Putting a bunch of random people into a team together and making them become friends. They have an Iron Man, a Captain America, and an Ant-Man. Led by Nick Fury, all the losing versions of themselves. They are prototypical losers. No, not that loser. This loser, always doomed for second place. If you've seen an anime girl with blue hair, then there is a 100% chance that you've seen them lose. Ichigo. No, not that Ichigo. This Ichigo. Loser. Rim. Loser. And slumped. Ami. Loser. All of them have 2 things in common. Blue hair and losing. And Anna is not an exception to this rule. This show, I had no idea what it was gonna be about, and that goes for most shows on here. But honestly, this one's a fresher breath air. The main guy isn't some unrealistic dude who has no conversational skills just because he doesn't have any friends. He knows how to talk to people, and he even knows how to talk to girls, which in the anime atmosphere is fucking crazy. Shit, bro don't even blush when most anime boys would fall over and blush at the sign of a woman. At first, all alone, but then gets a club full of girls that he's forced to help with their relationship problems. This show is really good and honestly really relatable because if you got no game and you are a perennial loser like me, you'll love this show. This dance single-handedly took over the community for months until this show finally dropped. And oh boy did this anime drop. It for sure dropped. Usually, myself, I am an enjoyer of shitty humor, and I can have a good time even if the show is ass. But this show isn't ass. It's a point in history where we will look back on it as one of the best pieces of media to drop in the early 2020s. This will set a new precedent for comedy anime from now on. All pieces of comedy should follow this show. Make your character do an iconic meme dance, and boom, soon you will have the best comedy show ever released. In all seriousness, this show does really have its ups and downs, because I'd be lying if I said this show didn't make me laugh at least once. I've had the occasional air through my nose watching this show, so it gets points in there, but it kind of loses points in some just ass characters. The main two I got no problem with, but the incest sister thing and the chick who is basically a sloth, they not cooking with that. But I mean, it's decent enough to put on here, so humor is subjective, so maybe you'll find the jokes more enjoyable than I do. Watch as Kosi tries to hide her delinquent side, and watch as her dear friend, friends. Like, also look at the title. It's a joke too. Like, dear friend, as in dear friend.
なんてできないんじゃない？冗談よ。タイプじゃないもの。
I'm not really one to shit on series, but holy shit. I watched the show in dub because I wanted to get a refresher on what it sounds like to hear people that speak the same language as me. And to sum up the whole thing, this scene right here sums it all up.
Some kind of Suicide Squad.
Yes, that is real. And honestly, they had the balls to do it, so 10 out of 10, best anime of the season. So hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. And if you're wondering where 2.5 Seduction's at, well, I'm gonna make my own video on it because I feel like it needs discussing about. But yeah, don't worry, I did watch it. And I watched plenty of others, so I will be doing a short on them this time. Like, for real this time. So wait on those videos, and I hope everybody did enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And sorry for the mic problems that I had if you did hear. But yeah, hopefully everybody